Hey guys, today we're checking out Penelope Havana. Come along the journey and see what we think about Havana. All right, Tom, we are back.
We're back, guys. So today we're doing Penelope's newest release. It's the Havana.
I'm a huge Penelope fan.
So far so good. I have not had a bad experience with their higher end stuff.
I have a Bear Strength store pick, which I love.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, so Havana today. This is a 93 proof whiskey. It has been aged in maple syrup barrels and rum casks.
Yeah, I think he was finishing the rum cask only for like a year or maple syrup for a year.
No age
or
statement.
something. I forget what it says. Yeah, no age statement. There was an age statement line, but to be honest, I totally forget. This is their batch one. Just came out, so it's pretty new. We opened up and had a quick little sip when I bought it about 2 weeks ago, so it might have opened up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping for too.
So that's not even the fun part about this.
What's the fun part?
So
well, I know what the fun part is.
Yeah, the fun part about this is Steve picked this bottle up, local liquor store, called me, said, hey, you want to half this bottle? I said, sure, I'll send you over the money. So I go down my old Bank of America app, I hit Zelle, send Steve my half of the money. About a day later, it says, hey, we have a problem with your Zelle account. Please contact us. I spent 45 minutes on the phone with Bank of America to find out that I was put under a sanction watch.
Yeah.
They sanction watched my Zelle transfer to my friend who lives 5 miles down the road.
Yep.
Because in the notes section, I put, what, Steve?
Havana.
And they thought I was sending money to Fidel. That's exactly what I was told on the phone. So hopefully you don't have that same experience that we did, but do not use the notes on Zelle. All right, back to the whiskey. Let's pour it, Steve. Tell you what, if this is even close to the toasted marshmallow, I think it's a winner. From what I remember, it's very Rio-esque, but not as sweet as the Rio.
Yeah, the Rio. I mean, my wife loves the Rio. That's her favorite bottle.
I don't know many women that
I
don't
gave her a
love
glass the other day. She said, "Oh, thank you for reaching it because it's on the top shelf, so she doesn't drink all of it." But I like the Rio. It's a good bottle.
Color on there. It's got a light amber.
Oh yeah, it's a little light.
Yeah, a little
there.
honey color into it.
Now we haven't seen this much in our area. I've probably been to a dozen or so liquor stores. More than that, probably the last 2 weeks. We're doing bourbon. We did a bourbon hunt a while ago. Yeah. That would eventually come out whenever we're ready for that one. Have not seen it at all, so we paid up for it. But at the same time, it's nice to have people to split a bottle with. If you don't have those people, get those people in your life because it makes it a little bit easier. Oh, let's get the bottle, let's share it. You can then split up if you really want to, or just keep it at the guy's friend's house, which I think that's a great idea for.
Yeah, most definitely. Bourbon's made to share, guys. Share the goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so off the nose, buddy. What do you get? I mean, I get a real Rio vibe off the nose.
I know. When you say Rio, I think Amberano. I don't get any of that.
No, there's no Amberano.
So you can't say Rio then.
I get that sweet smell.
Okay, then
that's what I mean.
Smell.
I get a very sweetness off the nose. The maple syrup comes through on the nose for me.
I get some like confection sugar, almost like funnel cake sugar.
Yeah, like a funnel cake.
But not a full funnel cake smell.
No, not that bready weediness.
I do get that like molasses rum.
That rum cask comes through.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
It does.
That rum finish that everybody loves, that sweet private stock, is what I describe it as. That private stock.
I mean, I've always been a rum finish since I had that Basil Hayden's Caribbean rum, rye rum.
Yes. All right. Not a lot of oak. Not a lot of any of the standard earthy notes, anything like that. Very sweet and sweet forward, say. There's a little bit of honey in there too. It smells great. It may be a little sweet.
It is a little sweet on the smell, but it's not overpowering.
Not your traditional bourbon, guys. I'll go with that. Not your traditional bourbon. It's definitely a finished bourbon. It comes through as a finished bourbon on the nose. All right, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, guys.
Sweetness kicks in.
Very sweet up front.
A subtle rum flavor.
Very subtle.
Very subtle. It tastes like if you had a rum drink and the ice melted down, you got that last extra sip. That's what it tastes like to me for that rum drink.
You're gonna say weird, but what I really taste on this is a simple syrup flavor.
I can see that. That confection sugar could come through a simple syrup
flavor. Yeah, it
flavor.
comes through as in if you just had a really good bottle of bourbon, or a light bottle of bourbon, I should say, and you put a little bit of extra simple syrup in it. It finishes completely different.
Mouthfeel is a little bit on the thicker side. It's not totally thick, but it's in that medium, I would say.
Medium viscosity.
That sweetness kicks in and overtakes it. But that sweetness, it's just sweet. Like you say, simple syrup. That's all it is. I don't get a lot of extra flavors with it.
I think the only thing I'm tasting on the back end is a very slight maple syrup. I get a slight maple syrup on the back end. We tried the rare character not too long ago. That was very maple syrup forward.
Yeah.
This is more maple syrup on the back side of it after you clear that simple syrup or confection syrup.
Yeah, we tried that. We tried the smoked maple Knot Creek and the Jim Beam maple. Those are super maple forward.
Yes.
This is like maple on the back end, like you said.
It's very light maple.
Very subtle,
Yeah, very light maple.
So not aged well in maple. I wish I had a little bit more maple, to be honest. Or rum. Would you rather more maple or more rum?
I think the rum finish. I enjoy that rum finish on my tongue. It gives it that spice to it too that I really enjoy. As far as being a great bourbon, it's not a bourbon. When I say that, I mean it doesn't have that traditional bourbon flavors. I don't get that baking spice on it. I don't get that oaky flavor in it. It is definitely a finished bourbon. It's a very well finished bourbon.
It's a good finished whiskey. I had high hopes for this. Not to say my high hopes are diminished, but I had high hopes for this. I think it's a great whiskey. We'll call it whiskey, not bourbon. That's good. I wish it was higher proof.
Higher proof.
Higher proof. I think being that 110 proof that they sometimes do, or 115 would be a lot better.
I can see that. Now, I do think this could be added if it had a little bit of smoke to it. A little bit of that char, a little bit of that smoke to it would really highlight that sweetness and balance it out a little better. Because it is on the sweeter end. If you do not like sweet whiskey, you will not enjoy this. If you enjoy a sweet whiskey, this is right up your alley. What do you think?
Hold on. Time out.
Voila. What do we got, Steve?
We have 2 smoked Penelope Havanas.
This is what I think it was missing, man.
You think it was missing
I think it was missing that extra smoke. As sweet as this is, as good as the subtle flavors are, it's not quite as good or as subtle as Rio. I think this is what it was missing. All right, let's give it a flavor, bud. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That definitely elevates the flavor.
Elevates
perfectly.
it, balances it. I don't know what to call that. It has a great balance with the smoke now. Really cuts through all that sweetness. And it highlights the back end flavor of that maple.
That cherry wood almost like levels the playing field with that rum cask.
Yes.
Like, I taste more of the rum now, or maybe I'm thinking the cherry is the rum, but I think that cherry with that rum cask, perfect balance.
Yes. The cherry wood really balances out the sweetness to it, which makes that rum cask and that sweet maple syrup flavor really come out on the back end.
And that bourbon notes you're missing, you get that.
I
with
get
that
it
smoke
100%.
now. You get that wood, oaky, burnt sugars in there with that smoking it.
I'll go one deeper. It was like a convection sugar or something like it, maybe a simple syrup. Now I'm getting more of a creme brulee vibe.
Well, I can see that.
Like that torched creme brulee. And it might just be my nose tricking my mind and tricking my palate, but I get that more creme brulee on it. What do you think, bud?
So let's rate it. I'm going to rate it 1 by itself.
Okay.
We'll do it by itself.
Okay.
And then we'll do a 1, 2, 3 for the smoke.
100%.
Okay. So by itself, I like the finished whiskey. I like that it's not as overpowering as a Rio. At the same time, this will be on the shelf as something to take out for especially Friday night before, I think. Well, it's going to hang out on your shelf.
Yes.
We'll take it out and share it when we want to.
100%.
Not all the time. I think maybe not because it's not an amazing bottle, but because it's more of a rarity unicorn style bottle. So I probably want to give it, I said we would be conservative. Like I'm on that double blue to red level. This is definitely not a double black for me.
No.
I want more out of it. I don't love the price point. I don't love the proof of it. It's easy to drink. I'm gonna say double blue.
Okay. I'm going to go through 3 things that you kind of hit on already. This right here is for your friends who are not purists. If you are not a purist bourbon drinker, or you have that friend who comes over who likes a good drink, but wants maybe an old fashioned every now and again, this is the bottle you pour for him. Neat. Not an old fashioned, doesn't need any extra. If you have a bourbon enthusiast in your house, you have a guy who really enjoys whiskey, smoke it on that cherry wood and it'll come through. Number 2, price point. It's awful.
It is.
I've seen it up to $350, guys. Everybody says or claims they can get it for $89. I haven't seen it for MSRP yet. I've only seen it once, and that was when Steve bought it. They had another bottle on the shelf. It is what it is. All right, complexity. A lot of the complexity on this is not from the whiskey. It is from the finish that it goes through, which I like. Okay, I like that. Some people are bourbon purists. I'm not. I enjoy all whiskey. So I also will give this a double blue. It is a solid double blue. I do not agree with the price. I do not agree with the availability. But I think everybody from a beginner to a real bourbon aficionado can appreciate what went into this bottle.
I disagree.
Okay.
Well, I think definitely a beginner can. I think a intermediate, but the experience, I don't think this is a bottle for them.
No, it's not a... I would not go out and seek this out as a Jack 14. Okay? This is not that bottle for you guys.
Would you wait in line for this bottle?
Would I have?
Would you wait in line and pay $90 for this bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would wait in line for this and pick it up for $90.
And then our second thing, we had it smoked. Thank you for that. We Cherrywood, lovely thing of YouTube magic. We had that time out, and look, magically we had it.
Yeah.
So, on the count of 3, having it smoked, what would you rate it at? Just think about it really quick. I'm gonna take one last sip as you think about it.
All right, on me. On me.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Red.
Red.
It's a red.
Yo, absolutely.
It elevates it 100%.
It hits all the notes of the typical bourbon that I want to have that I don't have by itself.
Yes. Yes. As far as it goes, guys, when it's smoked, for me, it brings out that bourbon in it. It brings out the bourbon and it tames all the other elements that are in that. That's for me.
Yeah, definitely. Like, subscribe, hit that button. I know we get a lot of people with their views. Maybe we'll hopefully get some more of this views. Just subscribe. It helps us out. Makes us feel better.
I tell you this, 2 white guys reviewing bourbon, Havana. That's about it.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see you guys next time. Explore the goodness. Get out there, drink some good whiskey, and cheers.
Cheers, guys.